This is Scotty Montgomery, head football coach of the ECU Pirates, and you're listening to The Drive with Mark Panicelli on the 252 ESPN Radio Network.
Well, we want to welcome Carolina Oliveris in. Who, are you getting shorter?
I am. I'm putting myself in someone else's shoes. I want to see what it feels like.
Oh, my shoes.
You're not short.
Am I not the shortest person that works here?
Probably, but you're not short.
Which is very stereotypical to for Italian people to be the shortest people.
You are a little Joe Pesci.
Yeah, I think I'm taller than him.
I think you are too.
I think I'm the second tallest. Well, I don't know about Daryl.
Daryl's kind of tall.
Yeah,
Carolina was
tall.
walking behind me like a week ago, and she was like, "Wow, you're tall. I didn't know you were that tall."
I
was like, "We've been working together for 2 years. Like, what are you talking about?"
Oh my gosh.
It's because usually I wear boots with heels or sandals with heels, and that day I was wearing sneakers, and I was like, what? It's weird.
Well, great to do headlines, and glad to have you in for headlines on a Friday. We usually don't aggravate you on Fridays. We usually let you have like a 3-day weekend. If
We
you
don't
will, as far
aggravate
as-
her on the show on Fridays.
Yeah, she works on Fridays.
And we aggravate her on Fridays.
Yes, you're right. You're right. We just don't make her sit through this, but we really do appreciate it. You coming in here and doing it, and
You're so welcome. So
I
happy
am-
to be here.
She watched the J.R. Smith play this morning.
really,
And
That was the funniest
she
thing.
was blown away, man.
And I'm not going to lie, and everybody's probably going to hate on me, but I didn't get your post earlier today. The one that you guys switched jerseys on that one guy, whatever, the one that messed up the play, that he got the MVP.
I'm not. What? What?
What?
What post are you talking
post?
about? Did I do a post?
Did you not?
I don't know.
Well, just calling J.R. Smith the MVP of
Yeah.
the Warriors.
Oh, yes.
That's it.
Yes, yes.
I didn't understand it, but that's...
Okay,
I
okay,
didn't
okay,
get
okay.
it. Now I feel stupid.
I mean, I'm sorry. I usually have other people. You know, I have like these assistants and stuff that do all that stuff for me. I don't really do that stuff, Carolina. You know that.
Well, anyways, it was awesome to watch. And to watch everyone from both teams look at this guy like he was the dumbest person on the planet.
It was one of the dumbest plays. I don't know where it ranks.
Mike made a good point. We were talking to our general manager during one of the breaks, and he said, well, at least it's game one of a 7-game series. So perhaps they have a chance to rebound. But, I mean, I've got to think that LeBron's so done with this team. It's the classic, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. And I think that's what LeBron's going to be carrying the rest of the way.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm you know, we'll see if they can bounce back. Game 2 is on Sunday, and wow! But it was I don't know where it would rank in the dumbest plays of all time. I'm pretty sure for many people it may be the dumbest, but as I was telling you earlier, it's somewhere. If it's not in your top 5, it's got to be in your top 10 somewhere. I can't imagine it's not somewhere. All right, now that we've delayed enough to finish what we should have finished before the segment started, all of us, and me included, I guess now it's time to start this little segment we call the Headlines. It's brought to you by our good friends at Taqueria San Luis. Authentic food. It won't taste more authentic anywhere else. I guarantee you. 1706 Highway 70, just outside of New Bern. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, where our tacos are $1.25, but every day, just delicious food. Tortas, burritos, so much more. Taqueria San Luis, 1706 Highway 70, just outside of New Bern.
By Adam Rittenberg, ESPN staff writer. A North Carolina versus Michigan rematch, Michigan State visiting Louisville, and Duke hosting Indiana highlight the 2018 ACC Big Ten Challenge announced Friday by the two leagues. Michigan, the 2017-18 national runner-up, will host North Carolina on November 28th. The ACC won last year's event and has 12-5-2 record in the all-time series with the Big Ten.
So,
I love hearing you read Louisville and records.
What did I say?
You said
Records.
12-5-2. It's just like...
Oh, records as in win-loss
like
records.
reading out like the line.
12-5. People know what I
Now,
mean. 12-5-2.
I got to go back though to the Louisville, and what I love about it is it makes me think about this. Do you remember last year the ECU thing where the ECU fans were really upset about it has to be ECU and you can't say East Carolina.
Right.
And there was all that kind of stuff. And then we found out like Citadel or Furman or one of those.
Furman, yeah.
Right.
Oh, Furman.
It makes me want so badly for Louisville, especially in an effort to sort of rebrand after all the scandal that's gone on there, for them to say, you know what, from now on, it's not Louisville anymore. It's Louisville. And then I want them to send out, and then imagine the fan base just freaking out. You can't call it Louisville.
Louisville sounds like
It's
some
Paladins,
British
not
province.
Paladins.
Right. It's not purple Paladins. Yeah, Furman. I mean, Furman of all people. It's like, okay, Furman, you're lucky we're even talking about you. Don't get picky about what we call you. And you are the purple Paladins.
You are the purple Paladins. Absolutely. Now, the more important thing here for sports fans is the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Yes, I've got the full schedule. Do you want it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see if any of this.
Opening night. Isn't there usually an opening night
There's an
of
opening
two bad
night.
games?
Yeah, it's Monday. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It'll be November 26th is the Monday night, and we'll open up with Boston College hosting Minnesota and Clemson hosting Nebraska. Now Clemson's going to be bad because they had a couple guys declare for the draft,
right,
who are important pieces. But we do know Boston College is getting Kai Bowman back now, so Boston College might be a pretty nice team next season.
I think so too. So that's not. I mean, it was going to get the boo, but Boston College being in there is going to save it. Kai Bowman being in there is going to save it.
Right. Outside of that, I don't really know a whole lot about some of these fringe ACC basketball teams because it's June and I don't care yet. But some of these teams we know will be okay. Illinois is going to be at Notre Dame. Notre Dame lost a lot of pieces from last year.
Great regional battle.
Yeah, great regional battle. You're right. And Notre Dame always tends to be able to just rebuild. So that should probably be fine. We'll get a good look at Indiana versus Duke.
Oh,
excited about that one. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Didn't Archie Miller go to Indiana? Did he end up taking that job?
You know, I think so. And I mean, of course, while there's no direct tie, Mike Krzyzewski to Indiana, the tie is Bobby Knight to Mike Krzyzewski. Bobby Knight, of course, the legendary coach of Indiana, but they actually cross paths at Army. But
it'll be Archie's first big test, I feel like, as the
legendary
head coach.
Programs. Yeah, I love that. Love that.
And, Duke's just going to be awesome to watch next year. Louisville will be hosting Michigan State. New coach for Louisville.
It's a great matchup, too.
I think Dan Goodell left. I don't know if Louisville's going to have anybody. I don't even know if they've hired a coach yet. They fired Padgett.
I don't know. I know in theory it's supposed to be good.
Right, yes.
Typically, Louisville's a great program.
The names sound good. Michigan State and Louisville.
You're welcome.
In names.
If we keep it going, no one cares about this game. Pittsburgh at Iowa.
Oh.
Virginia Tech at Penn State. I mean, I don't know anything about Penn State basketball, but I mean, we know Buzz Williams is a pretty good coach up there. NC State will take on Wisconsin. That'll be the night game. They'll be on the road at Wisconsin for the Tuesday night. The Wednesday, you get Florida State hosting Purdue, Miami.
The Russell Wilson Bowl. Sorry.
Oh, it is. Wow. You think Russ will be there for that?
Do
you think Russell would show up for that?
I mean, he should.
He should.
I think anytime NC State and Wisconsin play each other, Russell Wilson should be personally obligated to attend that sporting event.
And
women's softball, the football team, the basketball team, anytime those two schools play each other, Russell Wilson should be the honorary, whatever, coin tosser, whatever, first pitch.
And he 100% will be wearing one of those corny House Divided T-shirts where it's like the split jersey. That's got Russell Wilson. Because he's corny, so he's going to do whatever.
I'm the Wolf Badger.
Yeah, the Wolf Badger. A whole pack of Badgers. Keep it going. Rutgers is going to be at Miami. North Carolina is going to be at Michigan. That's going to be an awesome game, I'm sure. Virginia at Maryland is boring.
Since we didn't get to see that in the tournament and everybody had that in their bracket last year.
Right. I don't know what Michigan's bringing back this year, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Georgia Tech at Northwestern. They're going to be a lot better because Josh Okogie, who was expected to be like a top 10 draft pick, returned to Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech going to feel, maybe a 9th or 10th seeded team in the ACC. I was going to say
they played better at times last year, so they kind of showed those signs that maybe next year's an upswing.
Syracuse at Ohio State. Yeah, whatever.
Blue.
It's way off on the horizon. I have no idea how the ACC is going to look this year in basketball, though.
No, I don't either.
I just know State's going to get me all excited at the beginning of the year, and about middle of the season, I'll be like, yeah, okay, another 8 seed. Let's go.
by Rob Domowski, ESPN. Aaron Rodgers has been called many things for his football acumen.
Yes,
That is
Sure.
fantastic.
The Green Bay Packers quarterback can now be called Doctor. The two-time NFL MVP and Super Bowl. That's what I was trying to Google. That's why I wasn't paying attention. Is it 45? No.
Well, just read the number. Read the letters.
XLV. Champion received an honorary doctorate of humanities from the Medical College of Wisconsin. The
That is
school announced
fantastic.
Thursday.
It is Super Bowl 45.
Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Well, that's why I was like, oh crap. They're not talking, so now I
Fantastic.
have to just pretend I know what it is.
Is that the only place that Roman numerals are still used, including Rome today, is to associate Super Bowl numbers?
Super Bowls, yes. I think so.
And then when it got to 50,
And-
they just used the number 50, and then they
oddly
went
enough,
back.
like copyrights are oftentimes that you see in print, like copyright MCM LXZC. You always see those everywhere. Like I'm guessing copyright sometimes in like maybe legal documents they still use. Can we get to the point of actually Aaron Rodgers? I'm sorry.
Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
3 days, 3 NFL players, doctorates,
Three doctors,
three What?
MDs.
What? And
None of them are deserved.
right, because you say one's Canadian.
One's Canadian and 2 are honorary, so none of these guys actually became doctors.
It goes even deeper than that because here is J.J. Watt, who we mentioned yesterday is a very attention-hungry man. I think sometimes very cheesy, over the top. It's almost fake. Like it's so church-friendly, cheesy. It's fake, right? Like nobody can be J.J. Watt as J.J. Watt. Maybe he is. I don't know. So he gets his honorary doctorate.
Right.
Who's from Wisconsin. J.J. Watt went to Wisconsin, got an honorary doctorate from Baylor. Mm-hmm. And then on the next day, another guy who I think also likes attention, Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who gets an honorary doctorate from Wisconsin, which is where J.J. Watt went to school. Cal Berkeley has, I'm guessing, going to give one to a Raider or a
Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe?
Jimmy
Jimmy
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo is probably going to get an honorary doctorate.
Now, certainly Stanford won't do that because they have standards, right?
Yeah.
This is not going to be.
But Cal Berkeley
But
has
you think so
standards.
because we found out today that the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill gave an honorary degree to Bill Cosby. They rescinded that honorary degree apparently yesterday. So, what is going on in the world right now in the NFL? I mean, really, they can't let this Kansas City guy just have his 2 minutes. Offensive linemen.
It's an offensive lineman,
They
exactly.
never get to do anything that anybody cares about to warrant any sort of attention. And then the moment this guy becomes the first guy who can put doctor or MD on the back of his jersey, here comes J.J. Watt and Aaron Rodgers. Guess who's got an honorary? Just call me Dr. Rogers. And I was telling you, Dr. What? Dr. Who? I mean, Dr. What?
Dr. Watt.
Can we please stop? Is there now a Vegas line where we can go bet on who's going to get the next honorary doctorate in the NFL?
Who would you give it to, though? Who strikes you as the kind of guy? Because the doctor has a very particular look, right? When you go to the doctor's office, he comes walking in and he has just an aura of confidence but soothing about him. Like Jay Cutler's not going to get an honorary doctorate.
Let's keep it local. Let's let it. Somebody on the Carolina Panthers is going to get.
Oh, it's Greg Olson.
Is it Greg Olson?
It's got to be Greg Olson.
Which one of the North? Because it'll be a North Carolina school, won't it? Because it typically seems to be Texas school gives it to J.J. Watt. Wisconsin school gives it. So it's got to be somebody in state. Would it be North Carolina? Would it be?
Does it have to be? Do I have to limit it to medical schools?
Well, no.
Okay.
I mean, apparently not. Maybe North Carolina just gave up an honorary degree. Why
They've
not?
got one
This
to
is
spare.
the point.
They're not giving it to Greg Olson, though.
Why?
I feel like they'd give it to Julius Peppers because Carolina keeps everything in the family like
No,
that.
they've got to be careful with giving any actual UNC students any sort of degrees without earning them. They've already learned
that's true.
not to do that. It has to be somebody that did not go to school at UNC Chapel.
Yeah,
you're right.
I don't think it's going to be Carolina. Carolina's like, nope, we're done giving out fake degrees because we've already dealt with that. Let's just not even try to bring that scrutiny down on ourselves.
So who's next? Who's next?
Oh, man. I don't want it to be State, but it might be State. No, it's
good PR though, right?
Yeah, but I think the idea that it's associated. I have known so many State
Charlotte.
fans that did
Listen,
not
let's
like
go ahead. I mean, the hometown.
UNC Charlotte.
Yeah, well, it's not UNC Charlotte. It's just Charlotte now.
Oh, really?
They're the
Did they
Charlotte
change that?
49.
Are they no longer
Let's
a
go to
University
right
of North Carolina school
Yeah,
program?
let's go. Well, they are, but they're rebranding. It's all about what we were talking about, man. We don't call it Louisville anymore. It's Louisville.
No, we don't do that. Carolina does that. We make fun of her.
But no, what I'm saying is the people in Charlotte say you don't call it UNC Charlotte anymore. It's Charlotte.
Oh.
They're the Charlotte 49ers now.
But it says UNC Charlotte on their page.
It is UNC Charlotte.
But you only are supposed to call them Charlotte sports-wise?
Yes, when it comes to the sports team, they're branded as Charlotte.
So lame. It would probably be them. I don't think State would do it because I've known so many State fans who are not Panthers fans, and this is petty, but are not
because
Panthers
of the
fans
colors.
because it's called Carolina.
It's
like I'm not cheering for Carolina.
They wanted to encompass both. I understand because they thought Charlotte wasn't a big enough city for them to try to brand it the Charlotte team. That's actually how that, because they thought they could pull from both South Carolina and North Carolina and call it Carolina. Mm-hmm. Same reason why they called Minnesota, because they were like, is Minneapolis really big enough for us to call it Minneapolis? And it's certainly not big enough in St. Paul to call it the St. Paul Vikings. So we'll pull on the whole state.
And Minneapolis is hard to say, too.
Well, Indianapolis. I mean, why aren't they the Indiana Colts?
Why does Indianapolis sound like it's bigger than the whole entire state of Indiana?
If
you were to say, okay, what has
aside
more
from Fort Wayne?
What has more population, the city of Indianapolis or the whole entire population of Indiana, including Indianapolis? For some reason, my mind is saying Indianapolis has a larger population.
Maybe. I don't have the stats in front of me, but you may be right. It's very rural, aside from a few small pockets of cities. So
quit with the honorary doctorates.
By Darren Ravel, ESPN.com. Russell Wilson and his wife, Sierra, are the latest to put their names and their money on the line to try to help bring a baseball team to Portland. You never heard the song? Local group Portland Diamond Project, whose mission is to bring Major League Baseball to the city, announced the Seattle Seahawks quarterback and singer as being new partners. Wilson is also a partner in a venture to bring the NBA back to Seattle.
Well, I'm much more interested in Seattle getting an NBA team than Portland getting a minor league baseball team. I could care. Is it talking about a major league team?
No, major league team. Rob Manfred has said that he wants to expand the MLB by 2 teams to get them up to 32.
Really?
Yep. They're looking at Charlotte as a place. Montreal is a possible destination. I can't remember the third, and now Portland's trying to get in the mix. But there's 3 places. I want to say there's another Texas team.
Do you want
trying
Charlotte to
get
get a team?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Have you ever been to the Charlotte Knights Stadium?
I have not.
It is the best thing ever. They finally finished building it. It's a new stadium right on the edge of uptown Charlotte. And so basically you're just looking out, and behind the outfield is the whole entire Charlotte skyline. It is one of the coolest places to go see a baseball game, Major League Parks included.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Get a baseball team. Not Portland.
Well, we don't have any time to talk about this, do we? What time you got over there? Because your thing is running and my thing is not. I meant to tell you that at the beginning of this segment. So we'll just deal with that at a later time.
Wait, what?
You're running. I'm not running.
Oh, okay.
So you get what I'm saying?
Yes, we're having equipment malfunctions.
Yes.
We're gonna have to merge.
So what time do you have over there?
It is time for us to take a break, man. We are up against it big time right here.
What just fell?
Is that a bug? Why are there bugs falling out of the ceiling? We're taking a break.
Best of.